Welcome. Welcome to Flow Restore. Let's get started in a comfortable seat. I will be using a blanket and 2 blocks today, but I welcome you to grab whatever is in your house that will help and assist you in class today. So finding your comfortable seat, whether that's on your blanket, on your block, or simply sit bones directly to the mat. Once you feel settled, go ahead and soften your eyes to close. Just rest your palms gently on your thighs. And with your eyes closed, start to explore your body. Physically, energetically, notice what's here. You've set aside the next 60 minutes for yourself. So start to get curious about what's present. What can we begin to work through? Feeling really is a gift. I believe I read somewhere that every 90 seconds, we've got a new emotion. So things move through rather quickly. With your internal awareness, just start to expand the breath. The inhales, feel the lift of the heart space. And with the exhales, notice that gentle, natural caving in. And with the exploration of the breath, take the inhales all the way up to the top, and then just a brief pause. And then follow it all the way out. And as you hold out your exhale, take a brief pause there. Continue this way, really exploring your body with your breath. And in turn, exploring your own breath pattern. When we explore our breath, it gives us this beautiful gateway into the emotional space of our bodies. Feel the power of the transition from the outside world of activity and motion into this place of more stillness and intention. You might not be able to fully quiet the mind, but can, just like your breath, you start to find the spaces between your thoughts. Yoga begins right here, in this very moment. So much of our lives are spent attaching to whatever it is that we feel. In this place, we can begin to be the observer of all that's moving around us. And we start to find the place beneath all the chaos, all the sensations, and all the emotions. What lies beneath the surface of scent, touch, taste, hear, and sight. Let's take some really big breaths together. And start to empty all your air out. Feel the belly button pull back towards your spine. That is the hollowing sensation out through your core space. From there, breathe in. You're pulling the energy up through the pelvic floor, to the belly, to the lungs, to the upper chest. Really expand through your torso. Hold your breath in. Open, audible exhale. Let it go. Again, breathe in. Big breath. Expansion through the belly, the lungs, the upper chest. Hold in your breath. And let it go. Last one, friends. Big, full body breath all the way up to the top. Hold it in. And let it go. This time holding the breath out for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Seal your lips. Inhale Ujjayi through the nose. And out through the nose. And so we've shifted the breath to the Ujjayi, which is not only building heat from the inside out, but also quieting the chitta vritti, the never-ending chatter of the mind. Just take a moment to notice the shifts already from the intentional breath. You'll very slowly make your way to Sphinx pose. And feel free to open up your eyes or keep your eyes closed. Sphinx pose is a number 11 with your forearms. And your shoulders are directly above your elbows. Go ahead and spread your palms nice and wide on the mat, and then take the tops of your feet toward the edges of your mat behind you. Now, a really active Sphinx is pressing down through the elbows to the tops of your feet. Feel your glutes gently engage and then lift up with the crown of your head. So we're working a lot through our shoulders today. So I want you to feel this. And as you press down, you get stretched to the front line of the shoulders. And then just let the torso depress slightly toward the mat, and then you get a different stretch through the shoulders. So we're just playing with that for just a minute. So inhale, press down, lift up through the torso, very subtle movements. And as you exhale, just let the torso fall, the arms stay the same. And you feel it more into the shoulder socket. 2 more times like that. Press down as you inhale, lift up. More active, and as you exhale, soften the torso, just relaxing into the posture. 1 more time, breath in, lift up through the torso. Again, the arms aren't moving. And the exhale, the torso falls, just the torso. This time as you press down, lift up through the torso. And now soften the right shoulder as you gaze over the left. 2 full rounds of breath here. You're going to feel the stretch to the sides of your neck. Mindful really not to crank anything. These are very subtle movements, stretches through the body. And as you inhale, rise the head back through center. Exhale, soften the left shoulder and gaze over the right. Just stay with your breath. Inhale, come back up through center. Nice active Sphinx. And then exhale, release. Stack your palms and rest your third eye there. Take a moment here to surrender the shoulders and feel your breath move toward the upper back. Now notice here your full connection to your mat. Find your full body breath again. I'm here to remind you through the next 60 minutes to completely breathe. Right? We're shifting energy, we're loosening spaces of tension and stress, and we're letting go what isn't serving us, all from intentional breath. Start to lift yourself back up. We'll take crocodile pose. So extend your left arm all the way out to the side. Now it's important that your palm on your left hand is in line with your shoulder. Roll over to your left and send your right leg straight back, and your left knee can be bent to a 90-degree angle. And then walk your right fingertips all the way forward and spider tip your fingertips. So we're just working through the shoulders. And now it's 5 full rounds of breath here. Start to lengthen also through the right side body from your heel all the way to the extended fingertips. Really mindful not to take your chin towards your chest, and instead stay long through the crown of your head. Explore the shoulders in a new posture. And gently roll back to the belly. We'll take the other side. This time, right arm extends out, palm is face down in line with shoulder. And then roll over to the right side of your body. Your right knee is going to be bent, coming towards the center of your mat. Your left leg is long and extended. Take your left fingertips all the way up overhead and spider tip your fingertips. So now you're opening the right shoulder and you're also stretching through the whole left side body. 5 rounds of breath. Continue to reach through the crown of your head. Amazing, everyone. You'll come back through center. Place your palms beneath your shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop. And then back to downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, reach your tailbone toward the sky. Now here's another opportunity to really start to shift or pedal through your feet and feel here your connection not only through the palms of your hands, but through your toe mounds. And with those connections forward and back, how long can you get your tailbone? Start to find a little stillness. Gaze up at your hands and make sure your palms are shoulder width distance apart, and that your fingertips are spread really wide, that you're gripping the mat with all 10 finger pads. And then micro bend your elbows just a bit. So you're pulling your elbows in and down. Now gaze at your feet. Feet are hip width distance apart. And now micro bend your knees. And notice how as you do this, your core strengthens and your tailbone lengthens. Take a full breath in. Let it go. Inhale, high plank. Hover all the way forward. You may or may not have to adjust your feet slightly. Now here, your heels are doing a lot of work and your quadriceps, now toning your low belly and reach your sternum bone forward. This levels off your hips. It also takes your gaze above the mat. So you're working really hard. You're pressing down to create lift and strength. Always an option to drop to your knees. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, hover your knees, hover your elbows, and actively push your mat forward. Inhale, high plank, burst forward, gazing above your mat. Yes, you can. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips, bend your knees, press the mat away. We're going to move through those 3 postures, breath to movement. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, hover, elbows and knees move towards the mat, just hovering above. Inhale, high plank, burst forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips, send your tailbone high. So good. Stay with me. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, hover. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more times. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, hover. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last 2, high plank, hover. High plank, downward facing dog. Final 1, high plank, hover. High plank, downward facing dog. Beautiful. I'm sure you feel that heat we just built. Gaze forward and travel to the top of your mat. Find ragdoll pose, so feet should be hip width distance apart, maybe a little further. I'll leave that up to you. Bend your knees a lot. And then feel how your belly is connected to your thighs. Go ahead and take your palms to your heels. Grip your heels and use the strength of your arms to pull your torso down even further toward the mat. Take your chin all the way to your chest. Gravity connected to the crown of your head. Lengthen your exhales here. Beautiful. Release your grip from your heels. With the strength of your core, inhale, you'll rise all the way up to Tadasana. Take a moment here to really acclimate to your new vertical stance. And then reach your fingertips toward the sky. Feel how you have the connection of the soles of your feet to the earth. You're supported, you're grounded, you are connected fully here. Take a moment to soften your eyes to close and feel this. Trust your balance. Trust your strength. And that's really what Flow Restore is about. It's this beautiful balance of movement and stillness, where we can start to expand our awareness and begin to witness fully. Take a full breath in. Exhale, tricep side bend to the right. So you're going to bend your left arm, grab your left elbow, and then reach it up and over toward the right side. Press the back of your head into your forearm and activate your quadriceps. More weight back towards your heels. And take your chin away from your chest. Breathe in and let it go. Inhale, Tadasana, reach all the way up. Exhale, tricep side bend to the left. Bend your right arm, grab your elbow, and reach it up and over toward the left side. Press the back of your head into your forearm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, rise, Tadasana. Take your palms together to touch overhead. And then exhale, reverse namaste back bend. Pull your thumbs toward the nape of your neck. Draw your elbows towards your face, and then lift your gaze. Now push your pubic bone forward. Notice how more weight's into the heels. Option to lift your toes. Breathe in. Breathe out. So good. Inhale, rise, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Palms move through your heart space. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your thighs, your shins, or the mat. But hollow out your belly and telescope your torso forward. You pull your elbows back and in. Notice how this reaches not only through the neck, but also the shoulders. You feel a stretch there. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Pumping oxygen through the body. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms and step back. Now this is going to feel so easy after our warm-up. Hinge forward and then lower all the way down. You can take to your knees first and then come all the way down to the mat. Again, the tops of your feet are pressing firmly down. Take your hands off of your mat and spider tip your fingertips. So your elbows are now pointed toward the sky. Push your pubic bone down. Inhale, wide arm Bhujangasana. Start to lift up through the torso. Exhale, release. Again, like that. Inhale, wide arm Bhujangasana. Lift the heart, lift the head. Exhale, let go. Plant your palms beneath your shoulders. Inhale, high plank or tabletop, you choose. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips lift. Bend your knees, press the mat away. Let's flow that series, breath to movement. Gaze forward. Slowly travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, Tadasana, lift up. Exhale, tricep side bend to the right. Bend your left elbow and reach. Perhaps this time you turn your gaze just slightly. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, tricep side bend to the left. Bend your right elbow. And again, option to turn the gaze, opening the throat, deeper shoulders stretch. Inhale, Tadasana, palms connect. Exhale, reverse namaste, back bend. Pull your elbows in, lift your gaze, lift your heart. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, plant your palms, step back. Hinge forward, lower all the way down to the mat. Tops of your feet root, palms off of your mat, spider tip your fingertips. Inhale, wide arm cobra pose, lift up. Exhale, let go. Again, inhale, wide arm Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Palms beneath your shoulders. Press back, child's pose, hips to heels. Your arms extend forward. Gently rest your third eye on the mat. Take a moment here to notice, to breathe, to feel, and to be exactly as you are in this very moment. How often do we attach liking or disliking to everything in our lives? How can things simply just be as they are without having to like or dislike them? How often do we feel that things are happening to us instead of us just being a part of what is? There is this wholeness that we try to create separation from. And it's through that union, through that unity, that we find peace. When we realize that every single person is part of the wholeness. We're all experiencing the same things, maybe just at a different time. Inhale, press yourself up to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, check in with your hands, check in with your feet. Stabilize your foundation so that the posture feels easier. Inhale, lift your right heel. Now keep your hips leveled and bend your left knee so that your core stays really strong. And take a full breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Pull your right knee forward and plant the sole of your right foot between your hands. And just give yourself a moment here in low lunge to spider tip your fingertips. Extend the crown of your head forward. Feel the strength and the flexibility of your left leg. And I personally like a blanket down on my mat to support my knee. You are welcome to grab that as well. And then rest your left knee down. Now you can curl your left toes under or you can take your left foot flat. You decide. Curling your toes under is a little bit more support through the knee, so feel what works best. And then take this time here to shift forward to really feel the stretch through the front of your left leg. And then press into your right foot and scissor your inner thighs back. Do this a couple of times. Hinge forward and then press back. Now settle somewhere in the middle. We call that sukha and sthira. That's effort and ease working together as one. You got more of a neutral pelvis and your inner thighs are pulling to center. Now activate the core. Inhale, arms reach high, crescent moon. Now from the stabilization of your legs, can you reach and lengthen further through your side bodies? Circle your left wrist with your right hand. And now with the stabilization of your legs, start to send your left fingertips over to the right and feel here the length through your left side body. Keep your chin away from your chest. Your heart stays lifted. Just breathe. Right? What's present? What's here? Are you fighting for the perfect posture, or can you just be with wherever your body is today? There is no perfect posture, just so you know. Every day is different. Release your grip. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. If you have blocks, feel free to use them. You're going to straighten your right leg. Pull your right leg into your right hip socket, and then let the torso fall. Actively send your right toes towards your shin, so that flexing motion. And it's the core that's doing a lot of work here, so continue to pull your belly button back towards your spine. Now, big movement here. Plant your right foot down. Inhale, low lunge twist. So you're going to curl your left toes under, lift your left knee. Keep your left hand planted. Now reach your right arm high. Now my glutes are really active. My left glute's active. My right glute's pulling back. And now option here to open up the twist a little bit more and turn your gaze. Just feel deeper stretch through the shoulder. Stay with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. You're going to spin your left heel down over your left shoulder and then drop your head. So toes are slightly in, heels are slightly out, and it's okay if your knees are bent to protect your hamstrings. More weight forward, like I could slide a piece of paper beneath your heels and just drop the crown of your head closer to the earth. And as you breathe, can you surrender the shoulders just a bit more? Here's where we give into the pull of gravity. No need to resist, right? It's there, it's present. Place your palms beneath your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, just lengthen through your torso. And then exhale, low lunge to the back of your mat. So you're going to lift your right heel now. Spider tip your fingertips and feel the strength of your low lunge on this side. So you're opening now through the front of your right leg through your psoas muscles. Always an option to come to your knees, friends. Don't ever do anything that isn't serving you in practice. Yes, things can be challenging, but should they be painful? Absolutely not. Now drop your right knee. Now, if you curled your toes, I encourage you to do so here. If you let your foot fall flat, just mirror the other side. And then lift yourself up. We'll take the same deep stretch. So inhale all the way forward. And as you exhale, you're pressing into your left foot, scissoring your thighs back. You'll notice the inner thighs and the outer hips. Again, hinge forward. Exhale, press back. Now you're going to settle somewhere in the middle. Pulling your inner thighs, reach your arms high. Lift your gaze. Now circle your right wrist with your left fingers. And then as you inhale, pull your right fingers over to the left side. Perhaps you squeeze your right glute a little bit more to stabilize through your hips and toning in your low belly. Inhale, reach your arms nice and high. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten your left leg, flex your left toes, pull your left leg deep into your hip socket, and then just let the torso flow. Breathe, close your eyes, and take this brief moment to just go within, feeling the difference in the size of your body. Again, not attaching right or wrong to any part of this. Big movement. Plant the sole of your left foot. Inhale, low lunge, twist. Curl your right toes under, lift your right knee off the mat, and then reach your left arm high as you lift your gaze. Now it's really easy to sort of tweak the hips here. I want you to take the stretch, the twist from the torso instead. So pull your left hip crease back, activate your right glute, stabilize your hips. Now you'll move the twist through the thoracic spine. Option to open up the throat, deepen the twist. Breathe. Take a full inhale. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold, turning over your right shoulder. Surrender the head. Just let it all go. Yoga teaches us that through active postures, we can completely surrender and let everything that happened before simply melt away. And it is a practice. It's not always easy, right? We like to hold on to past events. Keep pulling yourself to this most present moment, which is your breath. Palms beneath your shoulders. Inhale, halfway you rise. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Now plant your palms. Inhale your right leg high, three-legged dog. Option to bend your right knee, open up your hip, bend your left knee, tone your belly. Press equally through both palms, and option to gaze underneath the right shoulder, really opening up the whole right side body. You got it. Downward facing dog in 3, in 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Drop down to your knees and find puppy pose, heart melting. So your toes will be curled under, your hips stay elevated. Walk your arms forward, and it's either your third eye or your chin that connects to the mat. So we're just really deepening through the shoulder stretch. 3 full rounds of breath here. And slowly crawl yourself back up through tabletop, and then press yourself back to downward facing dog. So we'll take that series, breath to movement. Inhale, lift your left leg high this time, left leg lifts. Bend your right knee, feel the core activate. And then exhale, left knee through, low lunge, place your left foot between your hands. Drop your right knee down. Inhale, crescent moon, arms rise, torso lifts. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten your left leg, let the torso fall. Inhale, low lunge, twist, right hand down, right knee lifts, left arm extends through the sky. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold, turning over your right shoulder. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the back. Left knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, low lunge twist. Right arm rises. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Now here, we're gonna just hang out for a minute. Interlace your palms together at your low back. Bend your knees a little. And now option to lift your connected fists up and away from your low back. So really opening up through the shoulders. 3 full rounds of breath here. And again, find the pause between the breaths. Release your grip. Place your palms beneath your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Palms down. Inhale, 3-legged dog, left leg high. Now bend your right knee, tone your belly. Bend your left knee, open up your hip. Palms are rooted into the mat. Option to turn your gaze underneath your left armpit and feel the whole left side body begin to expand. Downward facing dog in 3, in 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. So good, everyone. Shift forward to high plank. Come on down to your knees and then drop your forearms to the mat. So moving into forearm plank. Please know that you can just stay on your knees if you want to. That's totally all right. If you'd like to take full forearm plank, curl your toes under. Now again, it's really easy to sort of lift your hips. I want you to pull your sternum bone forward, take your gaze above your mat. Make sure that your elbows are beneath your shoulders completely and that your palms are spread really wide. From here, feel free to stay or spin your heels to the left, side arm, forearm side plank. There we go. Your obliques are working. Back to forearm plank in 3, in 2, and 1. Forearm plank. Yes. I know you're working hard. This is it, and then we're going to restore. So stay with me. Spin your heels to the right. Inhale, side arm, forearm side plank. There we go. There it is. Now using your obliques, keep your hips lifted. Send the crown of your head forward. Forearm plank in 3, 2, and 1. Forearm plank. Yes. Lower all the way down. Take the tops of your feet wide. Sphinx pose, activate your glutes, lift up through the crown of your head. Oh, how much lighter does this posture feel now? 3 full breaths right here. Amazing. Release your elbows, stack your palms, rest your third eye there. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your back body as you breathe. Through your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, we witness our life and world as through transcending time and space. Opening through meditation to dimensions of consciousness that we otherwise are blurred or blocked. And we use the movement in yoga to find that space of stillness where we can tap into the power of the third eye. where the outside world is there, but far enough out of our reach that those trivial things just don't matter as much. Release your palms, press them down beneath your shoulders. Lift yourself up to seated. Cross your ankles behind you. Roll over your feet and take your legs forward. This is going to be our first restorative posture here. Now, I know forward folds are not always everyone's favorite. So I'm going to take a couple of, give you guys a couple of options to try. First, remove the extra flesh from beneath your sit bones. Second, sometimes people like to sit on a blanket to elevate their hips. So I want you to get really curious about your body here when we go into these deep forward folds, to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Personally, I don't particularly like sitting on a blanket, but I do like a block or several blankets underneath the bottom of my knees. My hamstrings are pretty tight, so when I do this, it lifts up so that I can feel the connection of my belly to my thighs. The other thing you might want is a blanket or a pillow on your legs so that you can rest your third eye there. But we'll discover that in just a moment. Now feel the connection of your sit bones. Relax your feet. They are a gateway to the knees and to the hips. So as long as they're not tense, you're going to be able to surrender a little bit more. Inhale, lift the arms high. Then exhale, forward fold. Now before we settle right in just yet, I want you to stay here and breathe a couple times. So inhale, just reach the crown of your head forward, like you're a turtle moving out of its shell. And then exhale, chin to chest. So again, inhale, reach, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, chin to chest. Last time, breath in, send the crown of your head forward. And then this time as you exhale, you're going to move into surrender. So determine how close your third eye is to your knees and what kind of padding you might need to support yourself in this restorative forward fold. Let your palms just be heavy to the mat. And your elbows don't touch the earth probably, but they are drawing closer to the earth with the gentle pull of gravity. Once you feel relatively settled here, take a full breath in. And with your exhale, just let go of anything that you're holding on to in this posture, any ideas that you have of what it should look like or how you should feel. Can you step outside of that and be witness just to what is? And with the eyes closed, how much deeper inward can you get? These active restorative postures let us see things about our bodies that we normally kind of hide from, right? What's present, what's surfacing, what's here? Are you fighting to get out? Are you fidgety? Relax even more through your fingertips and your toes. And now notice if your shoulders are close to your ears or can you let them fall away from your ears? Really exploring the length in the sides of your neck. Notice how the longer we hold this posture, more ease starts to creep in. That's you letting go of the resistance to the posture. And how can you make that translate into your daily life? How often do we move ourselves into situations where we're on attack right away, right? And it takes time for us to listen and understand, and we begin to soften. Feel that here. Yoga is present always in everything that we do. This deep held compression is so good for your internal organs. Because the moment we release, everything starts to flush in and flow with more ease. Right, we're moving energy, shifting blood flow, letting go of blockages and sticky spaces. So even though you have compression here, can you continue to full body breathe? We've got 1 more minute in this place. Find 3 full rounds of breath. Ever so slowly, you're going to press down through your palms. Start to crawl your torso up through seated, so slowly, just like molasses. Take yourself all the way onto your back. Make sure that you have whatever props you've been using close enough to you that you could grab if you needed to. Send the soles of your feet to the edges of your mat, but your knees are bent. And then goalpost your arms. I like a pillow or a block on either side of my body. We're going to take it into a twist. But just for a moment here, stay with your fallen bridge. So the soles of your feet are wide, but you're going to knock your knees together to touch. About 5 full breaths that you can release the low back and just focus on the belly breathing for a minute. Keep your feet where they are. It's just the knees and legs that are moving. Now send your knees over to the left for an easy supine twist. This is where I like to take my block beneath the left, beneath, rather, my block just underneath the left thigh. So a little more support. Both shoulder blades stay connected to your mat. You're just shifting through the hips and the core. Option to turn your head toward the right. Important that you're somewhat comfortable here in your twist because we're going to be hanging out for a couple of minutes. So support your legs or take a different twist even. If this one doesn't serve you, there's many ways to take a supine twist on your back. Eyes are closed. There's really nothing left to see, but still so much left to feel. Just one more minute on this side. Three big breaths. With the activation of your core, lift your knees up through center very slowly. Give yourself one full breath here before we move to the other side. And as your body feels ready, shift your knees toward the right, supporting the outer right thigh with pillows or blocks. Belly breaths. Your left shoulder really is your anchor here, so keep it connected to the mat. And what surfaces when your body is still? Where does the mind go? One more minute here. 3 full rounds of breath. Ever so slowly, we'll pull your knees back up through center. Now, friends, I'd like to put you in our final posture of legs up the wall. Legs up the wall can happen here in the middle of the room, but if you prefer to take your legs up the wall near a wall, I invite you to move yourself there now. It's easier for me, I think, to scoot my hips to the wall and then lift my legs up. Now, I like to prop up my hips so a blanket or pillows or even a block will move beneath the tailbone. Let your arms fall along your side bodies, but your palms face up so you feel an external rotation of your shoulders. And then you'll reach your fingertips towards your hips so that your shoulders are not up by your ears. And gently press to the back of your head so you're rooted through the back of your head and your shoulder blades on the mat. There's that place where your legs have that beautiful balance just above your hips, where you're not putting a lot of effort in here. It should be more restorative. If it's not restorative, take a posture that is, and that can be even Shavasana. The idea is that we are settling into less activity, less effort. So whatever that looks like for you, it doesn't have to be here in legs up the wall. Take a moment to close your eyes. Feel your breath move through your body. Notice the reverse of blood flow and energy now shifting to the crown of your head. All that movement was to bring us to this very moment where we can start to let go of this physical world, move into the state of pure awareness. So take a full breath in. Follow it out, let it go. There is nowhere to be, there is nothing to do, and there is absolutely nothing to want in this moment. Draw your third eye, your gaze rather, to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. Let it reside there. I will call you out. Simply be exactly as you are. By its very nature, the untrained mind is restless. constantly wandering here and there, trying to fulfill its desires. It flickers wildly like a flame in a storm, never blown completely out, yet at the mercy of the wind. But we can train the untrained mind by returning to the breath anytime you find it begin to wander. And slowly begin to awaken the body with breath. And just begin by finding small movements with your fingertips and your toes. Take a moment to reach your arms overhead. And then bend your knees and just pull your thighs towards your belly. Feel the deep compression here. And gently rolling over to your right side. You may or may not have to push yourself away from the wall a little bit. Take a moment to rest. Accept the gift that's given each time you make it to your mat. This opportunity to begin again with new purpose, new awareness, and deeper intention. Press down, lift yourself up through seated. Keeping your eyes closed, place your palms together at your heart space for Anjali Mudra, which is the symbol of gratitude for this sacred space of transformation. Allowing us to really begin to see what's beneath the surface of our daily lives. I'd love to end class today with one Om. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, we prepare. Carry the vibrations with you. Draw your thumbs to your third eye. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy, healthy, and free. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Until next time, friends, be well.